A hole that goes so far into the earth was created, and no one knows what's at the bottom of it. Basic school geography has taught us that below the crust of the earth is mantle, and deeper down is the core. However, theories were floating around that the center of the planet might be hollow, or there might be reptilian aliens unknown to the humankind that live under the crust. While there isn't any truth to these theories, it is still incredibly fascinating to think about. Many decades ago, Russia and USA raced to drill the deepest hole ever known into the earth. The goal was to find out what lied at the core. The projects had massive undertakings, and they naturally grabbed the attraction of the viewers across the world. What was discovered might just leave you astonished. You may have wondered at some point, what really lies beneath the surface of the earth? Apart from the mantle and the core, could there be something else there? This is Facts Verified, and here's what lies beneath the surface of the earth. The boreholes that USA and Russia dug into the ground reached a point where they couldn't go any further. Enormous metal contraptions were used that could break the toughest of materials. The race began with USA as they fired up their drills, and only hoped that the plan would be a success. The whole world watched in absolute amazement. The American project was known as Project Manhole. They began their drilling of Mexico's Pacific coast in 1961, which had certainly piqued everyone's interest globally. To ensure that Project Manhole was a success, 6 massive buoys were submerged almost 200 feet underwater in a circular pattern. The Navy barge that had the main task of drilling took the help of sonar to navigate over the center of the circle and align itself properly. The team had been given very careful instructions on how to handle the rig. Extreme caution had to be executed at all times. Unfortunately, the lack of funding caused this project to be abandoned. Nearly a decade later, the Russians formulated their plan along with the team. Reaching the center of the Earth soon became a quest they wanted to achieve. On May 24, 1970, they had their sights set on the Kola Peninsula. The Russian project was named the Kola Super Deep Borehole. What started in 1970 went on till 1994, as the skilled Russian drillers burrowed a third of their way through the Baltic continental crust. This hole is still considered to be the deepest man-made hole in the entire world. The hole was as deep as the height of Mount Everest. The hole continued to be dug, and soon it was deeper than the deepest part of the ocean. This was the biggest undertaking ever and was greatly appreciated by the Russian people. There was stamps printed in 1987 to commemorate the drilling team's efforts. The massive rig used in this project required the control of several men at a single time. Despite this, they still faced struggles. The rig would sometimes jerk to one side, and the team had nothing but a moment's notice to get it back on track. There was a tower that stood over the water, which was actually home to the drilling rig. The ultimate goal of the Russian project was to reach at least 49,000 feet deep into the Earth's crust. From the main hole, there were several others that had been dug as well. The main branch of the holes, called SG3, reached a whopping depth of 40,230 feet in 1989. However, in 1992 the drilling came to an abrupt, due to unsafe conditions. The temperature at the depth was much higher than anyone could have anticipated. It was almost 300 degrees Celsius, and this made drilling any further impossible. Even though the drilling stopped in the 90s, the project wasn't officially shut down till 2003. But in 2008, all the facility's superstructures were dismantled and scrapped. The building are currently abandoned, but visitors can take a trip to the ruins to imagine what the situation was during the epic race. While it is indeed a fascinating sight, it is also unfortunate that the surface was just left to rot. It is not very easy to miss the actual borehole because all that remains is a 9-inch steel cap covering the hole. The Russian team may not have reached their goal, but the depth they did reach gave the scientific world plenty of discoveries. A little bit more can now be known about the planet's structure, along with the microscope plankton fossils that were discovered at the bottom. What do you think lies beneath the Earth's surface? Let us know in the comments section, and give this video a thumbs up. Also do check out the videos on your screen.